Hello, let's place dominoes. It's time for pips. We've got 2 by Ian and 1 by Rodolfo today. Let's kick it off with the easy. Let's start solving. Okay, we need a 0 that goes in there, so it'll be this double 0. There's no question about that. We need a 1 that goes here. We only have 1, 1, so it goes this way. We need a 6. We only have 1, 6, so that goes here. We need a 5 to finish the 8, which can only go here once again. We need a greater than 3, of which we only have 1. That points up, so we can make the equivalence region with the 3, and that's the easy puzzle. Great. Okay, we'll move on to medium. Hopefully these don't give me as much trouble as they've been doing recently, which has been quite a lot. Okay, we need 2 3s. We only have 2 3s. So, right. So this has 4 possible placements. What are the toughest ones to put in? These both point to equivalence regions, and the 3s connect to things that we do have more of. So in theory, that works. What about this 3 connecting to a less than 5 or another equivalence region? That also doesn't seem very difficult. I mean, the less than 5 couldn't be the 5. That's the only constraint there. But this one could still point in either direction. I mean, that might be well, okay, I don't know. Let's look at what we have. So I just realized we have 3 two-sized equivalence regions. So what could those comprise? 1s, 0s, or 5s, or 4s. Okay. Right. So the less than 2 is a 0 or a 1. Okay, I'm worried this is going to be another terrible solve from me. What's the most constrained way to start with the 3s? I think it is... Let's see. 3, 5 could go in 3 of the 4 possible positions. 3, 0 could go in all of them, so far. So maybe I start with 3, 5, and I put it here. It's the only way that this domino could go into this specific 3. It's not really a great start. Oh, no, it is a good start, because it doesn't work. Because then we'd need another 5 here connecting to a less than 2, which we don't have. Okay, good. So that, and it can't go this way, because 5 is not less than 5. So it does connect here. I don't know which way. But that does mean that the 0, 3 goes up here. I'm going to take this out for now. But so now we just need to figure out which of 2 directions. Oops, sorry. I mean 3 this way. We just now need to figure out which of 2 directions it uses. So I think the more constraining one is this way, because we need to then put a 0 here, and we only have 1 0. So that would go there. We then need double something, which is 4 or 5s, and the 3 would point down, which would actually mean this would need to be a 5, which would mean this could be a 4 or a 1. Right, so we have an inequivalence region here, so no more 5s in there, but that's already fine. Now we can't put a double there, which means we would have to put the 6, 1 here. And now we'd have double 4 to make less than 5, and double 4 to make less than 5, and this will work, and the double 1 goes in the equivalence region, and that's it. Okay, so not a brilliant solve, but not too terrible. We'll move on too hard. Let's see how this one goes. Oh, it's a little animal. It's a little dog or something. Okay, so we're moving off of alphanumeric characters. So we've got a 2 pointing up into a 4-sized equivalence region. That might be useful. We have 2s that point up into 1, 0, and 4. We've got enough 0s. We don't have enough 1s? No, we don't. So it's 0s, or what about 4s? Yeah, we do have enough 4s, I think, but there might be other elements restricting those. Oh, wow, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we need 7 of something. Right, is that 0s? Yeah, I think that's only 0s that can go in there. Oh, that's interesting. So the 2 can't be a 0. And I think it can't be this 2 can't be 0. And I think it can't be a 1. We don't have enough 1s for that either. So I think that means it needs to be 2, 4. I hope I'm not missing a possibility, but I think that's right. So we need more 4s in there. And we have 1 extra 4 to play with. We also need less than 3 going into a 0. We have 2 possibilities for that currently. The double 0 will need to be fully in that region as well. Okay, we need more 4s in here. 4, 2, we don't have another one of those, so this 4 can't point up. Although, yeah, so it can't do that. So it either points across, it's either a double 4 that goes here, or it's a 4 connected to a greater than 3. Actually, which weirdly could also be that. But it could also be a 6. Could be this as well. What about, yeah, less than 2 connecting to 0? That did work. What about less than 2 connecting to 4? Oh, that might not work, actually. No, that doesn't work. So the less than 2 does have to connect to the 0. So it's a 1, 0, or a 0, 0, but I think we're using all of our zeros because we need all 7 of them. So it's a 1, 0. I think that's forced. So now we need less than 3 connecting to 0. We still have a 2. Oh, it has to be a 2 because, again, we can't use our double 0. So it is a 2 connecting to a 0. So this is happening. Okay, we still need 5 more zeros in here. Greater than 4 into an inequivalence region is not very meaningful, really. Something goes into a 2. And we can't use our zeros because those are all spoken for. So, it could be, for instance, a 6, 1. It'll be 2 1s in there. Oh, we only have 2 1s. Sorry, I only just realized that. It'll be this because then the 1, 2 we need to use that 2 to go into our enumerated 2 there. Okay, so then greater than 3 goes into 4, which we've determined could be a double 4 or a 4, 6. Less than 4 goes into a 4. That is also fine. What about less than 4 goes into a 0? That might not be hard. Oh, no. We could still do a 3, 3, 0. I bet it will be that. Greater than 4. We're sort of running out of those. We have 2 5s and 2 6s. That's not very difficult. Where do we put our double 0? Could it go here? I think so. Could it go here? I don't see any specific reason why not. Okay, what about this greater than 3 into a 4? It could be double 4. That feels like a weird one. Let's see if that works, because then we'd need to use both remaining 4s efficiently. This would then have to be 4, 3, and then 4, 6. No, this breaks, because then we'd have 4, 6 trying to point into there. Okay, so yes, I was right to be skeptical of this. So that's not correct. So it is 4, 6, I think. And then maybe I think what that means is we have to use our double 4, because otherwise we're going to have exactly the same problem we did a moment ago. We'd put 4, 3, but then we'd have, as I say, we'd be putting a 4 into the equivalence region instead of a 6. It's still the same problem. So I think that means we put our double 4 here. Then we need a less than 4 pointing to a 0, which I think now must be 3. Oops. Oh, come on. This game has gotten much buggier for me recently in terms of clicking and dragging. I don't know why. It didn't used to be that way. So that goes there. Then our double goes either here or here. Not sure which yet. It might not end up mattering, actually, geometrically. We need 0 connecting to less than 6, which we would still need even if this was in this position. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. So I think that means it's 0, 5, actually. It has to be that, which means 0, 6 goes here. We then need greater than 4, which can only be a 5. And then to avoid breaking the inequivalence region, 3, 4 goes here. There we go. Okay, so that was a reasonably smooth solve. It just wasn't blindingly fast, but we got there and made a nice little puppy or something, little dog. All right, those were the pips. Back tomorrow. Bye for now.